Hey guys, and welcome back to Riverhaven Collects. Today we are looking at another figure from the Manga Spawn series. This is Manga Samurai Spawn. So we unboxed Cybertooth last time and he is in the same series as this. So this is series 10, released in 1998. So quite an old figure. But I picked these up because it just looks so unique. Like, we don't see McFarlane making these unique figures anymore, and even in the other ones that we have unboxed, we've never seen something look like quite as unique as this. So I'm really interested to unbox him and see what he's like. Obviously we had some problems with Cybertooth, his arm coming off, and just the quality not quite being there. So I think we're going to have the same problem here, but I'm hopeful that we won't. But without further ado, let's get him out of his box and check him out.
Alright guys, so we've obviously got Manga Samurai Spawn here, and yeah, such a unique, interesting figure. We got lance, shield and backpack attached together form a cyber sect. So yeah, that's quite interesting, though we'll check that out later on. Obviously got his name on the side of the box and series 10. So remember, this is from 1998, so very old figure. But it's also before they started getting like really good. And we've got the advertising on the back. Obviously it is going to be the same as Cybertooth, but if you didn't see Cybertooth last week, here's Manga Samurai Spawn, who we're about to unbox. We've got the Kiss Psycho Circus, which is kind of an interesting one. Then we've got Todd McFarlane's Monsters, definitely a series I want to look at getting into maybe one day, but we'll see. We got Manga Cyber Violator, definitely want to get Cybertooth, who we obviously unboxed. I'll leave that up top if you want to check it out. We got Manga Overt Kill, Manga Freak. I think these two I may pick up next, though don't hold me to that please. We've got the instructions here. So we've got the shield, we've also got the back piece that turns off, and then how to make it into this cyber sect. So quite interesting. Also got the info card here if you want to have a pause and read it. That is up to you, but I won't be reading it out unfortunately. So up next, obviously we are going to unbox him, and I seem to have lost my knife, so don't know where that's gone. I found it on the side of the road, so can't complain too much about it being lost, but yeah, it's gone for now. Hopefully it returns. But here we have him. And wow, what a interesting figure. It's just, yeah, this figure like really blows me away because there's just nothing in the McFarlane line that is like it. And I'd love to see McFarlane Toys return to this and try and revamp it. So first up we're going to look at his lance, and this is quite a interesting thing. So different to anything that I think I've seen McFarlane do before. So it's got a blade on the back. It's also got this white stuff on it, but it rubbed off, so yeah, not sure what that was all about, but yeah, this is a really interesting piece. Quite like it actually. Next we got these like clipper things, claw things that go onto his hand, and you can see that it got absolutely bent in the box, so that sucks, but it's also the top of the little insect that you can build. So I really like how they've done kind of both so that you can, yeah, combine both. Really cool. But onto the main event. So here he is in the flesh, and this came off as we were getting him out. So that sucks a lot. You know, I hate breaking things. I hate breaking these old figures, but as you can see in there, it does not look like it was put in there properly. You can see that the glue is like still all over it and stuff, which is something I'll talk about a bit later. But yeah, it should sit like that, but yeah, if you just look at that glue you can tell that it's not bound to the plastic whatsoever. But anyway, let's have a look at this back piece. So this is obviously the legs of the insect if you want to build that, and yeah, quite cool. So let's take a look at what it's supposed to look like. Obviously that is like really bent, so I'm trying my hardest to get it in there, and it doesn't really want to go in there properly. And this is where the lance goes. Now Yeah, that doesn't want to go in either, and this just looks wrong. Um, yeah, I don't know whose idea this was and who greenlit it, but man, it doesn't look right. So let's take that away. But yeah, let's look at the figure himself. So quite a bit of detail, obviously not the amount that we're used to, but still quite a lot. And I love this color scheme, like the gold, blue and red. Really, really cool. Obviously that looks like it's broken, but it's not. It's actually supposed to be like that for another unknown reason. But let's check out the articulation. So I'm going to be quite gentle. So none in the foot, but we got some in the knee, some in the waist there. None in the like proper waist. We got some in the elbow, but very, very stiff. So I'm not gonna try and force anything. This one's a bit better. There's not much movement in the shoulders either, and none in the head. So yeah, not a lot of articulation if that's something that you were looking for. But let's try and get this on. So I kind of wanted it to go the other way, but it doesn't go on that way, and having it on this way really leaves like this big thing behind him. So he's gonna unfortunately take up a lot of real estate on the shelf, which yeah, really sucks, and it doesn't want to stay in there. So I'd love to have it that way so that he doesn't take up as much room, and I think that looks a lot better actually, but I don't think it's going to be possible to get it on there like that. So let's put his lance on here. And it says it's supposed to go in this hand, but I guess it can go in either, but the other hand is slightly open, so yeah, so that goes on like that, and we'll just try him in the other hand because I want to get this claw thing on. So what's interesting is the box doesn't actually have him displayed with this piece, so yeah, I thought that was kind of weird, but yeah, he should look something like that. And I discovered that this actually comes out, which is, yeah, a really strange feature. So it should just pull out. It doesn't want to, but I can assure you it does come out. Sorry that the camera isn't in focus as well, but there's that. So that comes out and you can make it extra long, I guess, or have it smash into an opponent or something. Yeah, I don't really know with this one. But anyway, guys, I'll leave you with the showcase and be back with my final thoughts.
Alright guys, that has been our look at Manga Samurai Spawn. So what a absolutely fascinating figure this is. You know, he's got so many unique things and details about him. It's really cool. Like, I don't know why he's got like this really long hat thing on top of his head, but I love it. I love like the insect thing that they tried to do. Obviously that didn't turn out too well, and we also had like a blade like break off as soon as I was getting it out of the packaging, which yeah, really sucks, but I'll try and glue it back on later, and hopefully it does glue on nicely. But speaking of glue, so somebody in the comments when we unboxed Cybertooth, told me that McFarlane was actually really unhappy with these figures. And one of the things that they actually did to stick them together is just use a hot glue gun. And you can see it right here where they've done it. And my goodness, that is absolutely terrible. I'm not going to dwell on it too long. It is what it is at the end of the day. You know, it happened like 20 plus years ago, but my goodness, like, that is terrible quality control. But yeah, so obviously this isn't to the standard, like, you know, most of the figures we unbox are really cool. You can see that this is like a bit behind sort of what it could have been, and that's what I really like about this figure, because you see the uniqueness, you can see that it's got so much potential, but obviously they were just a bit behind on the times before they hit that early 2000 where they could do really detailed figures. So man, I do really like this figure, but yeah, it is a bit behind, but I love the potential here. I love the color scheme. It's such a unique figure. I would love McFarlane to go back and redo this line. And I don't know, I'm not really impressed with the ones coming out today either, but I think that if we could somehow get to a middle ground, if we get to a middle ground of like detailed figures from the 2000s as well as the articulation and stuff that we're getting today, I think that would be really good. I also know that I think this one has another release in a jewel pack. I'll put it up on screen. I think I'm absolutely going to have to pick that up now because I can see the potential of what this could be. So I really want to pick that up. But let me know what you think of him down in the comments. Leave me a like, that really helps me out. You know, thank you to everyone who is subscribing. I really appreciate that. We're getting pretty close to 500. I think we're like, what, 70, 60 people away now. So yeah, if you're new here, please do subscribe, leave me a comment, share this with someone, and I'll see you guys on the next one.